themarshallman.com.
Once you have this realization and you start to understand, you deflame the mind and you see things from a different point of view. In this sense, if you're taking a student and you help them realize that they need to look at things from this different perspective, do they instantly acquire these skills, or is it something that they understand and then it's just a gradual progress to improve and make it better?
When it comes to the learning process, the mode of learning is different. So everybody is different. And some people get it faster, some people never get it, especially when you try to use your mind to understand me, you cannot. So through validation, so that's why I tell my student, if you say that you understand me, yes, you can understand my words, you can understand the meaning, you can understand the concepts. But the problem is that the concept is the core of your mind. You are still bound by your mind. But that's okay. That's the first starting point. You have to understand the concept. Again, through validation, you put out the puzzle work and validate the puzzle works from inside of you, of yourself, and to come up with a picture. Okay, that's the first step. This part is easy because I'm perhaps one of the very few teachers. Not only can I demonstrate to you the skills, I can verbalize it. Okay, this is one of the my key distinction. So once you can understand this, then you need to validate. When it comes to validation, based upon my teaching experience, younger people will have more problem because of the lack of maturity of their ego mind. So on average, the age of my students are after 40, on average, okay? And the question is about the validation mode. So that's why I come up with the teaching program called Prana Dynamics. Through the programs, I can explain to people the theory and the practice to help you establish the conceptual framework in mind first, and then validation, okay? And the way I teach people to validate is through the art of feeding. And contemporarily, the feeding is actually the original format of nowadays what people call the Taiji Push Hands, okay? But I personally don't like the term push hands because, and then my student asked me, but then why push hands? What is push hands? I said, don't push, no hands. See if you can take it. Okay, so in a young family, and they don't call it a push hands, they call it a twist hands. Right? Like in year 2001, I first met Master Zhu from the Wang Yongquan lineage at Beijing. I told him my perception and I told him my understanding. No, he totally agreed with me. He said, yeah, in my lineage, when the young family was teaching in the Forbidden City, they don't call it push hands, they call it twist hands. Why twist hands? Twist to bypass the contact point. Okay, so the Wang lineage, they said that for people to understand the essence of the Tai Chi, one has to begin from the exploration of the contact point, explore from the contact point. And the twist hands is to bypass the contact point, okay? But now people, because in the name of tradition, people vulgarize it, and it's kind of an outright degradation of the essence of the art. And worse, try to make it it's a new format of competition in the name of Tai Chi. Tai Chi in Chinese means the ultimate harmony. In oneness with the ultimate harmony, how can there be contention, let alone fighting or competition? So the current development format of Taiji Push Hands is totally wrong.
So for your validation process, do you do something similar that looks like push hands, what you call, the feeding and twisting hands? How would that look?
No, I do teach people some the principles. Once you get those principles, they can be incorporated and extended to any application techniques. But when you push hands, it's in the feeding mode. It's for people to learn to sense, first their energy by relaxation or releasing of their muscular tensions, to make room for the fascia to breathe. So in the human body, the fascia is actually one of the most important energetic organ. You know, it's an energy pathway. So by releasing your muscular tensions, you're making room for the fascia to breathe. You know, for instance, if you tense up your muscles, once you tense up your muscles, it's contraction. Okay, through the contraction of the muscles, you are choking the fascia. Okay, from its proper energy, conductivity, activity. So if you release your muscles, then you release the fascia, and the fascia will have more room to breathe. Once your fascia is released from this contracted tension, then you will have a better chance to sense the energy flow. You know, there's a body energy and there's also the mental energy. So the essence of relaxation is not for you to try to relax. You know, there are two parts of it. And one, you have to release your body. Okay, so that is like the frozen ice in the pipeline, melt off the frozen ice in the pipeline by releasing the muscular tensions. And second, you have to learn to deflame your mind and confluence your mental energy with your body energy, or the ancient Chinese call it the vital energy, to confluence through your fascia. Okay, and this confluence of your mind-body energy throughout the fascia is the core essence of what people call the fascia breathing or internal breathing. Now, this is just the beginning of the internal journey.
TheMarshallMan.com